In this video we'll be discussing 4 paradoxes that no one tells you about. When it comes to these 4 personality types, INFP, INFJ, and INTP. These are the 4 personality types within the architect cognitive triad. If you don't know what that means, don't worry about it. Just know that if you have any of these 4 personality types, then this video will apply to you in some way or another. And if you don't know your personality type, take a free test to find out. Starting with the architect paradox number 1, ENTJ and INTPs can easily get lost in their own thoughts. This is something that people who interact with these personality types often do. You want to realize until it is too late. The thing is, these 2 personality types tend to prefer their own company over other people. They're introverted thinkers who love solving problems and analyzing things, so they spend a lot of time in their own heads, thinking, planning, and strategizing. But when people try to talk to them or ask them for help, sometimes these 2 personality types can seem cold, distant, and uninterested. This happens because these personality types are so absorbed in their own thoughts that they always pick up on social cues or the feelings of others. For example, an INTJ or INTP might say something like, "I don't have time for this conversation right now," when someone tries to talk to them, even though they didn't mean to come across that way. It's not that they don't care about the person, but rather that they so focused on what is going on in their head that they do not always realize how their words might affect others. But wait, there's more. While INTJs and INTPs may come across as cold and detached at times, they actually care about other people more than they let on. They just don't know how to show it. Because of this, they often end up pushing people away without even realizing it. This can make it hard for them to make close friends and keep people in their lives. Even though they want to connect with others on a deeper level, they struggle to do so because they're not good at expressing their emotions or being vulnerable. So if you're an INTJ or INTP, it's important to be aware of this tendency to push people away. Learn to recognize when you're getting lost in your thoughts and causing others to feel ignored or unimportant. Make an effort to connect with others on an emotional level and express your feelings in a healthy way. And if you're not an INTJ or INTP, but you interact with people who are, be patient with them and try to understand where they're coming from. Keep in mind that they probably not trying to hurt your feelings, and that they need your understanding and support. Moving on to the second architect paradox. INFJs and INFPs are true to themselves, but they often feel misunderstood by others. Why? Both the INFJ and INFP personality types are known for being idealistic and having strong principles. They have a clear sense of what they believe in, and they're not afraid to stand up for it. However, this can be a double-edged sword. While it's admirable to be true to yourself, it can also make it hard to get along with others. When you're so sure of your beliefs that you refuse to compromise or see things from another perspective, it can come across as inflexible and stubborn. As a result, people might start to view you as being rigid and unwilling to work with them, which can lead to feelings of isolation and loneliness. INFJs and INFPs may feel like they're not truly understood and that people are quick to judge them without really getting to know them. But here's the thing. Being misunderstood doesn't mean that you're not valuable. It just means that you need to find people who are willing to look beyond your quirks and appreciate you for who you are. Don't settle for people who only like you because you agree with them all the time. Instead, seek out those who respect and admire you for your unique qualities, even if they don't always understand them. It's important to remember that being different isn't a bad thing. In fact, it makes you all the more interesting. So don't be afraid to be yourself. You never know who you might attract. Next, we have the third architect paradox. INFJs and INFPs are both introverts, but they show it in different ways. Now, you might be thinking, what does that even mean? How can introverts show introversion differently? Here's what I mean. The INFJ and INFP personality types are both introverted intuition feeling types. This means that they get energy from spending time alone and thinking deeply about things. However, how they show this introversion is quite different. INFJs tend to be more private and reserved. They do not like to share too much about themselves with others, and they can come across as being aloof or mysterious. On the other hand, INFPs tend to be more open and free-spirited. They're really not afraid to express their creativity and originality, and they often have a lot of hobbies and interests. Now, you might think that this makes them more extroverted, but that's not the case. The INFP is still an introvert who needs time alone to recharge. But while the INFJ spends their alone time thinking and reflecting, the INFP spends their time exploring their creativity and having fun. So even though both personality types are introverted, the INFJ shows introversion by being more private and reserved, while the INFP shows introversion by being more open and creative. Now, you might be wondering, why does any of this matter? Well, understanding how your personality type shows introversion can help you make the most of your energy. If you're an INFJ, don't force yourself to be more outgoing and talkative, because that will drain you quickly. Instead, find ways to express your introversion in ways that feel comfortable to you, such as writing, painting, or spending time in nature. Similarly, if you're an INFP, don't beat yourself up for not being more creative or expressive. Your introversion shows itself in different ways, and it's important to honor that. And finally, we have the fourth architect paradox. INTJs are often described as being unemotional and cold, but they actually care deeply about the people in their lives. This is a common misconception about the INTJ personality type. People often think that INTJs are cold, unemotional, and but the truth is that this couldn't be further from the truth. While it's true that INTJs are less likely to talk about their emotions, that doesn't mean that they don't have any. In fact, INTJs care deeply about the people in their lives, but they show their love and care in different ways. Instead of being openly affectionate or emotional, INTJs will often try to act in ways that benefit those they care about. They may make sacrifices to help others, or try to improve their lives in some way. Additionally, INTJs often have a dry sense of humor that can come across as sarcastic or even offensive to some people. However, those who are close to INTJs know that they do mean to be hurtful, and that they have a big heart. Beneath their tough exterior, INTJs are fiercely loyal and protective of those they care about. They will go to great lengths to help those in need, and they make excellent long-term partners and friends. So if you have an INTJ in your life, know that they may not always say it, but they care about you a lot. Don't be fooled by their cool and collected demeanor. So there you have it, for architect paradoxes that no one tells you about. Did any of these points resonate with you? If so, please share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. We would love to hear from you. Also, if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like and subscribe for more insightful mental health related videos. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.